favorite snack from monkeys. If you hold them up, you'll see they're shaped like crescent moon. Banana, banana, banana split.
Hello everybody, hello children. Welcome to this online field trip. Today we're coming to you live from a banana ripening centre near Luton in Bedfordshire. We're going to learn all about how bananas grow and how they get here from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean in Costa Rica. That's 5,000 miles away. We'll also continue the journey from here to see how the bananas get to your local store ready for you to eat. We've got two fantastic guides for today. Our first guide is Robert. Hello Robert.
Hello.
Robert is in charge of the bananas here at the Banana Ripening Centre. He's going to tell us all about it later on. We also have a very special guide in Costa Rica. He's Daniel and he is a tropical fruit manager. Hello Daniel.
Hello Sam, how are you? Hello Robert. Hello children. Nice detail everybody with the flags.
Okay, so children, between Robert and Daniel, we have two experts in bananas, so there isn't anything that these guys don't know. So first of all, let's find out what we're going to find out from Daniel in Costa Rica on this online field trip. So Daniel, could you tell us what we're going to see from you today?
Yes, today we're going to talk about how do we grow bananas here in Costa Rica, how do we grow them in the tropics, and how they are packed and taken care of to be shipped to the UK for Robert to ripen over there.
Fantastic, lovely, thank you very much. And Robert, what are we going to see here today?
We're going to see how the bananas ripen and how they're packed so that they're ready to go to stores.
Great, this is going to be a great online field trip. Okay, let's meet our schools that we have taking part today. So let's go over to Hurst Park in West Moseley, where Mr. Beresford's class is taking part. Hello children. Hello Mr. Beresford. Lovely smiley faces there. Let's go to Holy Trinity Rosehill School in Stockton-on-Tees, where Mr. Waller's class is taking part again. Hello children. Hello. And finally, let's go to Beechcroft St Paul's School in Weymouth, where Mr. Baskerville's class is taking part. Hello everybody. Okay, so I understand that a lot of you have been learning about bananas in your classrooms already. So if you have, you will know the best climate for growing bananas and also why Costa Rica is so great for growing bananas. But we do have an expert. So let's go back to our expert in Costa Rica, Daniel. Daniel, could you tell us a little bit about the perfect climate to grow bananas and why Costa Rica is such a perfect place to grow them?
Bananas are grown in the tropical weather, in the tropics, around the equator, where the warm climate makes them grow faster, and so we can harvest them and send them to the UK. They also need very good conditions for the soil. That's why Costa Rica is perfect, because our volcanic soils are very fertile. So that makes us growing very good bananas for our markets.
Great, so it is all about the tropical weather, and when the bananas leave Daniel and his team, it is now down to Robert to look after the bananas. And Robert, it's not tropical in Luton at all, is it?
No, it isn't. It's very cold in Luton most of the time. But what we do here, once the bananas have been unloaded from the ship and they've been transported to us by truck, we then quickly take them off the truck and put them in our ripening room here, where we warm them up and where we try and create something of the atmosphere they would have had in the tropics when they're grown.
This ripening centre is absolutely fantastic. How big is it?
Gosh, we've got about 128 ripening rooms altogether, and we're storing at any one time about 20 million single bananas.
Wow, children. So at this point now, there's 20 million bananas, 21 million bananas in here.
Yes.
I'm not going to go hungry, am I?
No, you're not. No,
that's
right. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Lovely. Okay, we'll find out more about that from Robert in a second. Okay. But first of all, let's find out more about Costa Rica. Let's find out about the country, the climate, and those very special Costa Rican bananas.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Welcome to Costa Rica.
Home of bananas.
Costa Rica is over 5,000 miles southwest of the UK, across the Atlantic Ocean in Central America. It is smaller in size than Scotland, but much warmer. It's located between the Caribbean and the Pacific Ocean. Despite Costa Rica's small size, it is very biodiverse. This means it has many different kinds of animals and plants. In fact, there are more types of plants and animals here than in the whole of Europe. The warm weather in Costa Rica is exactly why this is such a good place to grow bananas. As a tropical fruit, bananas need to grow here in the tropics. All of the countries you can see here are tropical and are located on the equator. Here it's hot all year round. From December to April it's the dry season, and from May to November it's the rainy season. It has three main types of area: beautiful beaches, green lush rainforests, and volcanoes. Inland are the rainforests like the Braulio Carrillo National Park. The rainforests are a protected place. They are special because the trees and plants clean the air we breathe. There are many animals that live here in the rainforest, including reptiles, mammals, and hundreds of different types of exotic birds. Along with the lush green areas, it has some of the most active volcanoes in the world. This one is called Poas. There are 6 active volcanoes here in Costa Rica, and another 61 that lie dormant. But it's not just plants and animals that live here in Costa Rica. It has a population of 4.7 million, and 1.1 million of those are children just like you. Children who live here in Costa Rica can expect to spend at least 14 years in school, learning about many of the same things as you. After leaving school, lots of people work in agriculture, as it's one of the main sources of income. And here in Costa Rica, one fruit that provides many jobs for the local community is bananas. Each year, Costa Rica grows up to 2 million tons of bananas. That's 10 billion bananas a year.
So we're right outside one of the banana ripening rooms. Robert is going to show us inside there in just a second. Can't wait to get inside there, Robert. First of all though, let's find out what you have picked up from the videos so far and this online field trip. Let's go over to Hurst Park School where Mr. Beresford's class is waiting. What kind of climate does a banana need to grow?
In the tropics.
Oh, someone shouted tropical.
That's
fantastic. Great answer. Okay, my next question is, what did you think of Costa Rica?
He likes the way it's got so many animals.
You like the way there's so many animals in Costa Rica? Yeah, good. I like that too. Yeah. Okay, and where in the world is Costa Rica?
Central America.
It's in Central America.
Yeah, that's right. That's
very, very good. You have been listening. And my final question is, what time of year is good to pick bananas?
Is it summer?
Summertime?
No,
is it all year round?
It's all year round.
So I guess it is summer and all year round.
Yes, all right. We'll give him that one.
Yeah, well done everybody. Very, very good answers there. But I think it's time to take a look inside. So can we press the button,
Certainly.
please?
Let's go.
There we go. Open sesame. I tell you what, it looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? Look, the door is going up there, and I think it will be up on the roof in a second. Wow. And here are the bananas. Fantastic. Lovely. So they look, these are a little bit yellow, but they are a bit green in there. How long have these been in here for,
These
Robert?
have been in here for probably 2 days. 2 days ready to once the ripening's underway.
Okay,
yes.
now I expected it to be really warm in here to make them ripe, but it's actually quite chilly.
No, once we've started the ripening, we will have warmed it up, but then we would have put ethylene gas in to trigger the ripening, to get it going evenly throughout the whole room.
Okay.
And then once that process is started, bananas start to produce their own heat.
Oh,
because
very clever.
Because they respire.
Okay.
Just like you or me.
And once that happens, you can't stop them from ripening?
No, you can't. So all you can do then is to slow the ripening down by cooling them down, hence why you feel it's fairly cold in there.
Okay. Now I can see on the box, Costa Rica. So
yes, definitely.
These have come from Daniel and his team. When will these have been picked?
These would have been picked about 3 to 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
They've been packed in a plastic bag inside the box. It's exactly how it was picked and packed on the plantation. We've not changed any or touched it since then.
So you say 3 to 4 weeks ago, so,
Yes.
so have they been travelling the whole time?
Yes, they've been travelling on a ship all the way from the tropics. It takes that long.
Great. And then what is that smell? When you opened the door, I could
That's
smell...
the ethylene smell. Even though we put ethylene gas in to start the ripening off, it is a gas that's produced naturally by the fruit itself. And that is what you can smell in there at the moment.
Fantastic. Oh, it's such a great process. Can't wait
Yes.
to learn more. But let's learn more about how these are grown in Costa Rica. So how they grow, how they're harvested, and then, as Robert said, how they make their way all the way over here to the UK.
Bananas, from field to fork. Banana plants do not grow from a seed, but from a root clump called a rhizome, which is nurtured in a laboratory before being planted out in nursery fields. Once the plants are big enough to bear fruit, they are moved to the main plantation. 6 or 7 months later, large flowers appear. The bananas will grow from here. It will take a further 3 months for the fruit to be ready to harvest. When the young fruits start to appear within the flower, they need to be carefully looked after. As the fruit grow, they are covered with blue bags to protect them from any insects or disease. When the fruit is of the right size and firmness, it's time for them to be harvested from the trees. They are picked when they are still green, as they will continue to ripen even when they're not attached to the tree. The pickers have to be very careful when they are harvesting bananas, as they can be easily damaged. The bananas are still covered in their protective nets when they are picked. The big bunches are carefully transported from the fields to the pack house on these moving cables. At the pack house, people wash the fruit to make sure they're safe to eat. The bananas are next graded by size and quality. The bananas that aren't right for shipping to the UK don't go to waste. They will be sold in the local markets, made into baby food, or used as compost in the banana fields. The washed bananas that are going to be shipped to the UK are carefully packed into carton boxes. The boxes of bananas travel to Limon on the coast of Costa Rica, where they are loaded up onto a big boat like this one. They are kept at 13.5 degrees centigrade for the whole journey to stop them ripening too quickly. The boat leaves Limon and sails 5,500 miles over 20 days before it reaches the UK. When the boat arrives into port, the bananas are sent to a ripening centre until they are ready to continue their journey.
Okay, so now we are in a very exciting place. There's loads of activity going on behind us. This is the pack house. This is where the bananas get packed, ready to head out to the local store, isn't it, Robert?
Yes, it is. Certainly is.
It's fantastic.
We're packing the bananas in bags. If you've been into a supermarket, you'll see some bananas being sold in bags and some sold loose. This is how they get in bags. So each banana, each hand of bananas is put inside a bag. It's then sealed and a label applied describing what's inside of it, similar to what we have here.
Oh, great. Okay.
These ones here happen to be organic, so that you can see what's going on and what we have here.
Fantastic, lovely. Well, I'll tell you what, we've been asking lots of questions and doing lots of talking. I think it's time for the children to ask you some questions, Robert and Daniel.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have some questions, now is the time to ask. So let's go over to Hurst Park School and Mr. Beresford's class. Children, do you have any questions for either Daniel or Robert?
What type of bananas are there?
How many types of banana are there?
Oh, there are many, hundreds of different types of bananas. But really, the banana that we see in the UK, there's only one sort of banana, and that's a Cavendish.
Okay, which is what Daniel grows and brings over here as well.
It is, yes.
Okay, lovely. One more question from Mr. Beresford's class.
What's the nicest bananas?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's go over to Daniel now. I'm sure I know what the answer is. Daniel, can you tell us what the nicest banana is?
The nicest banana is the mid-sized banana, the medium ripped, and it's lovely to eat it with ice cream.
The medium-sized banana is the best banana. Yeah, I think the medium-sized is the best banana too. Great questions, Hurst Park. Let's go to Holy Trinity Rosehill School now. Mr. Waller's class, do we have any questions for Robert or Daniel?
How long does it take for the bananas to fully ripen?
That's a great question. How long does it take for a banana to fully ripen? Robert, maybe you can...
It takes about 6 days. When they arrive with us, they are green and they're very hard to touch. And it takes us 6 days then to get it to the banana that you recognise in the stores.
Once you've worked your magic.
Yes, put my magic wand.
Fantastic. Another question from Mr. Waller's class, please.
Can you eat the skin of the banana?
That's a really, really good question. Can you eat the skin of the banana, Robert?
Yes, you can eat the skin of the banana. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's edible, yes.
I've tried it. It tastes a bit funny, doesn't it?
Yes,
Makes your teeth go funny.
That's right, and it's a bit tough as well.
Yeah, it sticks to the inside.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, do we have another question from Mr. Waller's class?
Can I grow bananas at home?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's go over to Daniel with that question. Daniel, can you grow bananas at home?
Not really in the UK. You can probably do it in the summertime when the temperature is warmer, but when the winter comes in and the temperatures go down, the bananas will die. So probably you can't, because it's a perennial plant. It will grow all year round.
Oh, so unfortunately, it looks like we can't grow bananas in the UK.
No. They do grow bananas here, but only in special special greenhouses.
Okay, not at home.
No.
Stick to other fruits
Yes,
and vegetables that are
definitely.
easier. Okay, let's go over to Beechcroft St Paul's now.
How much of the farm do you grow bananas on, and how many plants do you have?
That is great. So let's go over to Daniel. Daniel, how many banana plants do you have?
Well, we have around 1,800 banana plants for each hectare. And for our stores, we use around 5,000 hectares. So yes, there are millions of banana plants working for us.
Wow, that is a lot of banana plants. Great question. Let's go over to Mr. Baskerville's class again. Another question?
Do you grow fair trade bananas?
Oh, that's a really good question. Let's ask Daniel again. So Daniel, do you grow fair trade bananas?
Yes, of course. There are several countries that grow fair trade bananas. Not in Costa Rica. Costa Rica, it's another kind of uses another kind of fair treatment with the work population. But we do grow fair trade in Colombia and Dominican Republic.
Fantastic. Great questions. Very, very good questions. Right, one more from Mr. Baskerville's class. A question for either Daniel or Robert. That'd be great.
How long does it take for a banana plant to grow before bearing fruit?
What a great question to end on. Let's go over to Daniel again. Daniel, could you tell us how long it takes for a banana plant to grow before it bears any fruit?
Yes, of course. Since you plant the banana when they are a baby, it takes around 9 months for the banana to give birth to the banana bunch, and another 3 months to be ready to be harvested. Once you have planted the banana, it can last at least 25 years growing and growing and growing.
Wow, that's great. So 25 years a banana plant can continue producing fruit. That's fantastic. Right, all this talking about bananas, I think that the children in their classroom should get an opportunity to try bananas. So we have some bananas in your classroom, children. If you tuck into your bananas, we'll get some last minute facts, some banana facts from both Daniel and Robert. So if we can go back over to Daniel and get your banana facts, Daniel, that would be great.
Well, the bananas are not a tree, they are a herb, and the real plant is underground. What we see, it's a stem coming out of the ground that will produce the banana bunch. Also, we say that the bananas do walk, because the succession of the bananas is the mother that will give birth to the fruit, and when you harvest the fruit, the son of this plant is just coming out and will give us birth to another fruit. And when you harvest that one, it will give us birth to the grandson fruit. So the plant is actually moving, walking in the plantation. So we can say that the bananas walk.
That's fascinating. Great facts there. Fantastic. Right, let's get some banana facts now from Robert.
Oh.
Robert, what do we need to know?
Okay. Did you know that bananas is the most popular fruit in the world? And it's the 4th most popular food behind wheat and maize Also, bet you didn't know you can polish your shoes with the inside of the skin.
I didn't know that.
No.
I'm going to try that later.
It's very nutritious for you.
But yeah, it's full of potassium
Yes.
and full of vitamin B6, which is really
Yes.
good for giving you lots of energy, stopping you from feeling tired. So they're very, very good for you. Well, I've got some bananas here, which you have here in the ripening centre.
Yes.
I also have something that looks like bananas.
They're plantains.
Okay.
They're treated, they're something you can cook with. Some plantains are used green, like that one, and some ripen to yellow. But they're not just, you don't just eat them, you use them as an ingredient as part of a dish or some meal you're making.
So you would you'd cook them, you'd fry them, would you?
Yes, you would.
You'd get a poorly tummy if you ate them like this.
Yes, I think so. I don't think
Okay.
they're very tasty on their own like that.
No, whereas these, on the other hand, are very, very
Yes,
tasty.
they're very nice.
Okay.
Very
We're
nice.
going to have a banana after this, aren't we?
Yes, I hope so. I'm very hungry.
Let's find out what our schools thought of their bananas. Let's go over to Hurst Park School. Children, what do you think of your bananas, and have you enjoyed today's online field trip? I think they have enjoyed today's
Good.
online field trip. Okay, let's go to Holy Trinity Rose Hill. Children, did you enjoy your bananas and today's online field trip?
Yes!
Another big yes.
Oh, that's good.
And lastly, Beechcroft St Paul's. Did you enjoy your bananas? Oh! Okay, I think everybody likes
Oh,
bananas.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah,
Very
but-
good.
Thank you so much, Robert.
No problem. Very,
Thank
very
you.
good to have you.
Great being here. Thank you so much, Daniel, all the way from Costa Rica. Thank you for taking part and telling us so many interesting facts. And thank you so much, schools, as well. We hope you've enjoyed today's online field trip and learning all about these lovely things. And make sure you eat plenty of them now you know they're so good for you. And please carry on learning about bananas if you don't know everything already. And if you'd like to take part in another online field trip, everything is online. And if you'd like to visit a participating farm as well, we can't fly you all the way to Costa Rica, I'm afraid, but you can go to a local farm and have fun, just like these children are doing right now. Everything you need to know is online, so take part.